Hey guys, welcome back. Woodworking here. Today I'm going to be playing Lyra, and we're going against a flicker. So a couple things I haven't showed you yet. Let's get right into it. We're going to draft into double healer here, which is always fun to play, but make sure if you do that your third hero is a tanky hero, because you're going to need somebody to frontline for the other two. I will admit, Lyra is not my best hero, or not even my top 3 best hero. I like to frontline when I play roam, so she doesn't really fit my playstyle. That doesn't mean I can't play her, though. She is a huge part of the meta, probably considered the best roam by most people right now. So I do play her when I get the chance. When I play roam Lyra, I overdrive her A first, and then overdrive her ult as well. Generally when I play Lyra, I like to put a lot of pressure in lane, so you're going to see me go straight to lane here after I drop Glaive the heal, so that I can start harassing the enemy Celeste and preventing her from farming. Another reason it's particularly important this game is the enemy roamer is Flicker, and he's going to be doing the same exact thing, trying to pressure my Adagio and impede his farm. Lyra's A is the most powerful healing ability in the game, and if I didn't have Adagio with me, I would be using it a lot more for sustain and less aggressively, but because Adagio has a heal as well, I'm going to use it to try to put extra damage down on the enemy Celeste and Flicker. Another thing that's exclusive to Lyra in the way that I play her is I buy a lot more potions on Lyra than I do on any other hero. If you watch my other videos where I'm playing Lance and Arden, I will buy probably less than 5 potions the whole game. On Lyra, I'll probably be at that number by 6 or 7 minutes. She just uses too much energy, especially when you're doing what I'm doing here and trying to put down harass, and I need to have the sustain without needing to call back to the base. Finally was able to kill Celeste there. She did get a return kill on me, so not great, but as I've told you before, trading our roam for their laner is always a good trade. As per usual, I'm going to be working on Fountain here, and then after that, Contraption is going to be my next item. I definitely think Flicker's invisibility that he's able to maintain almost constantly is the biggest threat early this game. I want to mention a couple more things about Lyra's Imperial Sigil. It is such a versatile ability. There's many ways to use it. I already mentioned I was going to be using it a little bit more offensively this game. One of the ways I try to use it the least, though, is as a scout. It's too valuable for a heal and to get your teammates out of danger with the speed boost it offers when it pops to be wasting it on a scout. Just buy flares, buy the vision, especially when you're up against a Flicker or any of the other heroes that can go invisible. One of the trickiest parts of Lyra is keeping enough energy on her. Her heroic perk, the second tick of her auto attack that slows the enemy and also hits harder, drains her energy. And all of her abilities are really costly as far as her energy goes. And when you're roaming, you're generally not going to have additional energy items in your kit. At least that's not the way I build Lyra. So you got to kind of find a balance between putting enough pressure on the enemy laner and then also having enough energy in your kit to be able to be relevant in fights when they happen. And as I mentioned earlier, my solution to that problem is to buy more potions when I play Lyra. I spend way too long in shop here, and my laner tells me I'm getting jumped on. I'm going to get out of the shop, quickly pop the abilities I can before I die. And I did enough to actually help my team win this fight. So luckily for me, my extremely long shop trip there didn't cost us. I know the enemy laner and jungler just died, so rather than run out of the shop here and just go stand in the lane doing nothing, I'm going to wait until I get to 700 so I can buy this fountain before I leave the shop. So I'm actually able to get fountain at 4 minutes and 33 seconds into the game, which is extremely fast. I know my teammate just died there, but I probably wasn't going to get there in time even if I had run straight out of the shop the moment I respawned. You can see how much poke I'm able to put down on the enemy carry as Lyra, just because my heal allows me to stay in fights longer. And now Celeste has to try to farm with less than a quarter health while I'm still putting down poke on her. And you can see I still have a lot of energy left in my kit. Because of how good a job I'm doing of harassing here, Adagio is also getting way ahead in farm. And we're going to start to put in some work on this turret because Celeste can't defend it. And Flicker's better when he's able to sit in a bush and harass while in Viz. And I'm claiming this bush as mine and not letting him hang out in it. The most successful Lyra players I've seen are assertive like this. They play her aggressively and in your face rather than sitting back and healing from afar. Yeah, that is going to be her role once we get into fights, but while we're putting pressure on the lane, she needs to be the most annoying roam she can be. The heal on Imperial Sigil scales with your bonus health, so before I go straight into Contraption, I'm going to grab a quick Dragon Heart just to get a little extra bit of healing power out of my Imperial Sigil. The main reason I decided to do that is because Flicker hasn't really been able to harass that much with his invisibility, and I've been able to kind of control the game vision-wise, so rather than rushing straight to that contraption, I think I'm going to get more out of that heal. Glaive comes up to the lane here to try to help us burn down this turret, and we're going to keep pressing forward until we get this thing. Watch how right when the minions get within turret range, we stop attacking the enemy team so that we can take this turret without taking turret shots. Glaive does this thing again like one of the junglers from a video before. He doesn't trust in me to keep him alive, and with double heal here, he really needs to stay in the fight. Not that we were necessarily looking to continue this fight, but he should have faith in double heal and my fountain to be able to keep him alive, where he doesn't have to use his afterburn as an escape tool, because it'd be nice to have that as an offensive tool. And during this extremely long engage, you see the power of double heal. We've all gotten pretty low throughout this fight, but we took a turret, took a lot of damage, and we're leaving all with plenty of health. I'm going to grab my flare gun and immediately start scouting for vision. Flicker does have some down, and we're just going to pop it on our way back to our lane. Now that we got the first turret, we need to watch out for what Blackfeather's doing here, trying to come up behind us, forcing a 3v2 fight. Notice how I didn't use my B here right when Blackfeather first shows his face. I wait till I know he's going to come try to dive on my Adagio because the whole team's there to prevent them getting on us when they want to. They still have a pretty good fight here, and after using all their ultimates, they're able to take my Adagio down. Glaive probably should have come up to be with us. He gets there a little late, but that's okay. We still get a couple kills here, and we didn't technically lose that fight. One thing I want to nitpick on myself in this game is I didn't check builds very often. I was probably just focused on trying to put harass down in the lane, but that's no excuse. I still have plenty of time every once in a while to check the builds, and at least for the last 3 or 4 minutes, I have not done so. Bad move by me. I should be checking them more often, knowing what the enemy team has itemization-wise. Now that I put vision down on the enemy's jungle, we're going to steal this gold mine really quick. If you can find these moments in games where you know where the enemy team is and you can take gold mine, it'll have huge swings that'll affect the whole outcome of the game by giving you a great gold advantage. Take note of where I place this mine in front of this destroyed turret. That's a good thing to have in your tool chest. It gives you a lot of vision in the lane, and the enemy team's not likely to walk there. When you're going against Flicker or any of the other heroes that can go invisible, And once you get contraption, you should really be dropping mines almost as much as possible. Really good fight by us here. Here you're going to see the power of Lyra. Watch how I, once again, wait to use my B until they're trying to jump on my Adagio. I get Fountain and my Imperial Sigil down while Adagio needs it, and I'm able to burst his healing back up stronger than their damage is able to come out. Sorry about the frame rate lag during that fight, but I think you were still able to see the important parts of what I was doing and when I was doing it. I see Celeste lingering here, and I'm going to decide to use my combo C-B chain to trap her down, and we are able to get another turret and a kill there. Adagio hangs out a little bit too long trying to steal some more farm, and there's nothing I really could have done for him there. Even if my Imperial Sigil had been on the mark more, he would have gone down. Glaive has a really good 1v2 here, and is able to hold them back long enough to prevent the ace. Talking about threats here, technically Blackfeather's attack speed is a bigger threat than anything I'm going to get Crucible for, but because of the power of Lyra's heal scaling with bonus health, I'm going to decide to finish off my Crucible before I start the Atlas. Just kind of a game time decision based on how this game was going. I wouldn't do that every game, but Blackfeather hasn't been enough of a menace so far that I feel like Atlas is more important than being able to have a stronger heal. I see Celeste overextended here, and I'm immediately going to hit her with my ult and B ability chain there again. It's the best CC I have to bring, and anytime you can get one of their weakest carries isolated like that, you can see the huge effects it has in this game. There's another ace for us, and it's going to lead into a gold mine, and half of that turret is going to be destroyed now too. We're doing really well in this game. Everything is going our way. We just need to keep our foot on the gas pedal. I need to keep up with my vision so that they can't use Flicker's ult to try to sneak up on us. Here again, I see the enemy team separated. Celeste is in lane, so I'm going to immediately drop that combo I've been dropping that's working so well for us, and we're going to get down on their jungler and roamer and steal another kill from them for it, which leads right into another turret. Kraken's up now, and I have complete vision control of this entire map, so the enemy team's got to be sweating here. We can bait them into the Kraken. We have a lot of tools at our disposal here. And I think that, or maybe being on tilt, is what convinces Blackfeather that it's a good idea to try to chase us down. Just, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You see me keep using the same ability chain, jump down, burn down Celeste, get down Blackfeather, and there's another ace for us, and the enemy team's going to surrender right here. And I don't blame them, because they haven't won a fight in forever, and nothing they're trying is working. Things I did well in this game. My harass was excellent. I did die for it a couple times, but it was worth it in the end. I out-harassed Flicker, who's probably the strongest harass roam in this game right now. And I did that by being a bully and constantly having vision so that he couldn't try to get his counter-harass in. I also really liked the way I built in this game. It was very situational, and I wasn't just thinking about the threats, and I think that led to us keeping the advantage we had built. What I didn't do well is check the enemy builds. It didn't cost us in this game, but I had mentioned in another video that it's something I'm weak at, and here's the proof. I didn't do it much in this game. As always, I hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you on the fold.